So here in this segment, continuous random variable, I would be little bit fast. Why? Because most of things we had already covered during discrete random variable. So similar kind of thing will come here as well. So that's why this part of um, course it would be little bit fast. So if you have any problem, you can just comment over that. And if I would go faster, then you can also put your comment over that whether I have to just go slow or fast, something like that. So you can request based on the requirement. Okay. So today I will discuss about in detail what are the parameter and of a continuous random variable. Basically two parameter. One is mean, another one is variance. And before going to that, I will recall few more continuous random variable as an example. So that's why I have given this part of lecture as a recap of continuous random variable. That means here we will talk about few more example of continuous random variable. Uniform, we had already seen uniform random variable and piecewise uniform or piecewise continuous random variable. Both we had already seen that. Now coming to another kind of random variable, here we will take a very strange kind of random variable. This one is that happens to be continuous random variable, and it is directly coming by transforming uniform random variable. If you are having a uniform random variable, and if you transform, then sometime it will take very strange kind of random variable, but definitely it is a random variable. But PDF happens to be in such a way it might be unbounded in nature. That means improper kind of PDF you will get it here. So that example here I have taken. So we consider a random variable x with the corresponding PDF. F of x, it is defined by 1 by 2 times a square root of x when x is taking value between 0 and 1. Otherwise it is 0. Okay. So if you try to see observe this random variable, then it is very strange kind of things. If you are willing to plot the graph of this PDF, so graph here it would be uh, PDF function f of x versus x. So f of x it would come along vertical axis, and x will take that value of random variable, it will take along horizontal axis. And if you try to plot the graph of this one, you can see that it is very strange in nature. It is at when x tends to 0, this function will be unbounded. It will take a very high value. So it happens to be in like this kind of nature, asymptotic nature, asymptotic. That means and here coming at 1. Is suppose at 1 it is taking value 1 by 2. Okay, so this is the plot of the this PDF. Okay, and you can observe that if you simply try to define it when x is approaching 0, you can easily see that the corresponding PDF it will approach to infinity. So you can say that at 0, in neighborhood of 0, the function is unbounded. So it is very, you can say that simply it is an improper PDF. So here PDF, you can put it here like due to this unbounded nature of the function at 0, you can call it is improper PDF. But why we are calling it PDF? Because it is satisfying all the criteria of being a PDF. What are the criteria? First criteria happens to be the PDF must be what non-negative. So you can observe that if you are taking value x between 0 and 1, you can always observe that this one is always greater than or equal to 0. So first condition is already satisfied by default. There is no issue. Second condition is just finding the probability of event. So there is no much difficulty there. But if you try to here, it would be f suffix x of x. It would be PDF. So what we have to do, we have to verify third condition. Okay, third condition is that what try to find integral of this PDF over the complete integral minus infinity to infinity. So we know that this PDF is taking non-zero value between 0 and 1, and out of this 0 1 it is taking 0. So we don't have to bother about. So this infinite integral it will be converted into just this finite integral 0 to 1, and we are going to integrate 1 by root 1 by 2 into root x. Okay, so what is the integral of this one? Integral of this one is a square root of x, it is taking value 0 between 0 and 1, and if you simplify it, then value is coming equal to 1. So you can simply say that this PDF is satisfying normalizing condition. That means integral of the corresponding PDF in the interval minus infinity to infinity, it is taking value 1. So that's way this one is a genuine PDF. It is a PDF. It is a There is no issue. So it satisfies all the property of being a PDF. So this given random variable with this PDF, it is a continuous random variable. There is no issue. So when we will talk about change of random variable, change of or Jacobian kind of, when we will try to transform one random variable to another random variable, that time such kind of things will come. So you will have a uniform random variable, or you will have very simple kind of random variable. Usually when you need to transform from one random variable to another kind of random variable, from uniform to this kind of, from uh, uniform to non-uniform, from non-uniform to different kind of x square kind of. You know that if x is a random variable, then in discrete random variable we had already seen that x square is also a random variable. So function of a random variable always happen, that may also happens random variable. So such kind of criteria also we will study here. Here that transformation kind of thing we will study. But here always we deal with a continuous random variable. That's where Jacobian concept will come. Jacobian, anyone do you know about Jacobian? Anyone, would you like to comment? What is Jacobian? Have you heard that Jacobian concept? Who would like to answer? Sriram, have you heard that word Jacobian? Sriram Sivganesh, are you listening me? Yes, try to respond. Yes. Yeah, that's where. So just right now, I'm not asking directly question from Jacobian. What you do, go and revise Jacobian from math one, calculus. So from calculus, try to revise Jacobian. Everyone, it is a suggestion to everyone, revise Jacobian concept, that Jacobian of transformation. Those things will, if you are having a already knowledge of Jacobian, then definitely I may go faster. And understanding of this change of random variable, change of transforming a random variable from x to x square or x to linear function of x, such kind of things. Then that time you will feel very easy to understand those concepts. So always everyone just try to revise Jacobian. What is the Jacobian or Jacobian transformation? So those things I will discuss in very soon. Probably next week I will start that kind of concept, change of uh, or many change of random variable or change of transformation. Those kind of things I will discuss. So go and revise soon those things. Okay. So I'm going forward. Another random variable, very important kind of random variable, continuous random variable. That one is exponential random variable. You can always observe such kind of random variable when you observe the radioactive decay. So if you try to radioactive decay, always that happens to be random phenomena. And if you try to model that radioactive decay, then the corresponding variable, random variable coming, that happens to be exponential in nature. So also many kind of things, exponential random variable is coming, many where it is coming. uh, so here, just I would like to define what is exponential random variable. So if you are having a random variable with the distribution like this way, that means the PDF PDF is taking value lambda time e to the power minus lambda x for non-negative x, and otherwise it is 0. So if you are having a random variable with this distribution, this exponential kind of distribution, remember that, don't forget here lambda is also multiplied with e to the power minus lambda x before, in prior multiplication of lambda here as well. So that's where this this random variable actually having PDF in the form of exponential, and very interesting kind of thing that lambda, also you can call it, it is a parameter of this exponential random variable. But what is happening that I had already mentioned that mean and variance happens to be parameter of the given random variable. So what is meaning of lambda is saying that it is a parameter of the this random variable. Meaning is that mean and variance can be expressed simply in term of lambda, and mean and variance happens to be parameter. That's why lambda is also parameter. Lambda is enough to uh, explain mean and variance, enough to give complete information regarding mean and variance of a exponential random variable. That's why lambda is a parameters. So that concept is coming here. So if you know about lambda, easily you can know about what is the distribution of exponential distribution of what is the distribution of exponential random variable. Easily, just here you need to know what is the lambda. So if you know lambda, then very fine. So this is the probability mass function of probability density function of this exponential random variable. Okay, fine. So now we are having such kind of things. So we can talk about a few more properties. That also we can see that this quantity is always greater than equal to 0. That means non-negative. First property by default satisfied. Second property I am not going to delete it because that one is just finding probability of an event. So easily just integrate within given interval from within which that event is defined. So easily you can get that probability. Third property was normalizing. So always try to justify normalizing property. What does it say? Integrate the given probability density function in the interval minus infinity to infinity. Just integrate here. Density function is defined by lambda times e to the power minus lambda x. So integrate it. We know that from minus infinity to infinity, PDF is taking value 0. So that integral will be vanished. That will be vanished. So we don't have to bother about that part. So we have to bother about only from 0 to infinity part. So again, this one is a very complicated kind of integral, but the corresponding PDF that coming as an integrand in this integral, so that happens to be a very nice function. It is exponential in nature, so easily we can integrate. So after integrating, what we are getting, we are getting minus e to the power lambda x. Lambda, this lambda will cancel out due to this factor after integrating, and it is taking limit 0 to infinity. So here I have taken one this one is not a good way to represent limit because infinity is not a number. So better you should write like this way, a limit. If someone is asking from deeper sense, then you can write it like this way. uh, you can call it L, upper limit L, or L tends to infinity e to the power minus e to the power lambda times x 0, upper limit is L. Same thing, it is meaning is same. So here you have taken L tends to infinity. So if you substitute it here, what when L tends to infinity, then this term will, where it will go? It will go 0. And when you put x equal to 0, it will becomes 1. So that's why this integral of PDF, in the interval minus infinity to infinity, is taking value equal to 1. So that's why the corresponding PDF is also satisfying normalizing condition. So you can say that this PDF is a valid PDF, and it is a PDF for exponential random variable. That means probability mass density function. Okay. So all these are the story of exponential random variable. Now there is one interesting property is hidden with exponential random variable, is that if you try to calculate probability that random variable exponential random variable is taking value greater than a, that means you are just trying to calculate probability after a. So uh, right side tail, you can say that if you're trying to calculate probability right side tail is like this way. So it is having this exponential random variable is having, if you try to plot the graph of this one, what would you plot of this one? Plot would come like, it is exponential in nature. So, so at x equal to 0, it will take value lambda e to the power x equal to 0 is lambda. So here it will start, substitute lambda is here. So it will take, and after plot of this probability density function is like this way. It will go like this way. Okay. So this value is, you can call it, it is equal to lambda. And in the negative part of this x-axis, it is taking 0, 0. This one is x, this one is fx. Okay. So here what you do, try to calculate probability of tail. You can call it, this part is tail, is tail. So whatever. So you are taking a value a here, and you try to calculate probability of x, that x is taking value after a. After a, that means you are trying to calculate probability of tail. So this is the tail. You can say that it is tail is just if there is a heavier tail, it will just touch the surface. So such kind of situation is coming here. So you're trying to calculate probability of tail. So probability of tail, that probability of x greater than a. So easily you can calculate it. What does it say? It is saying that in term of integral of PDF, you say that you are trying to find this area. So how you can find this area? Easily you can find this area that by integrating the function from this point to up to where tail will go, it will go up to positive infinity. So you have to just you are trying to calculate this area. This area is the desired probability of tail. Okay, so that's why you are integrating from a to infinity of this density function lambda time e to the power minus lambda x, and if you just integrate it, after integrating what you are getting an exponential function. So here you can easily see that things are very interesting in such a way that probability of tail in the case of exponential random variable is exponential in nature. Exponentially you can calculate this probability. So directly you don't need to apply the integral always. So directly you are getting this formula. So this formula is very easy to understand. So easily, so someone is asking what is the probability of this part, probability of tail, or what is the area of this part. Simply you can say that take e to the power minus lambda a, because here you are having information about a, you are having information about lambda as well. Lambda would be given here, so easily you can calculate this probability. This probability of tail easily you can calculate. So that is the benefit of exponential random variable. So here what is happening? So here lambda is a parameter. So the corresponding PDF is very sensitive with respect to lambda. So if you are taking a small lambda, you are getting this kind of situation. If you are taking a large lambda, then you can see that it is going taking it more squeeze towards origin. So there is more skewness. It is little bit flat here, more skewness. So it is the, if with respect to change in parameter, change in value of parameter, you can see different skewness in the PDF of exponential random variable. So that is the terminology. Lambda is playing very important role. So you have to focus on what would you lambda. Okay. So coming to main important part of this lecture, that I told that I will talk about parameter and variance of continuous random variable. That I will discuss it here. Till now, if anyone is having any question, you can ask. Anyone is having any question, or may I go forward? So Prashant, tell me what is meaning of probability of tail? Have you heard the meaning of probability? Have you heard any time probability of tail? Prashant, are you able to listen me? Prashant Sharma. Okay, try to respond it. Respond it by voice if you are able to listen me. Kirsagar, are you able to listen me? So tell me. Okay. So tell me what is meaning of tail? Did you get the meaning of tail of distribution? Kirsagar, did you get the meaning of tail and the probability of tail? What I explained? From graph I explained thing. So okay, I am going to that plot again. So the plot of exponential PDF of exponential random variable was like this way. This so lambda, it will start from lambda. It is going like this way. So this is the tail approach. This is the tail. This is the tail approach that we are calling it tail approach. What is meaning of tail? So it is very much physically related. If you take a monkey or something like that, what is meaning of tail? You know that that tail started with his body and it go down like that. That tail is if that person, that monkey is on rest condition, then definitely that tail will touch the boundary. So that's way the tail concept is coming here like this way. So if someone is asking find the probability of tail, what is meaning of that? That means you have to calculate this probability. Probability that x is taking value greater than a. This is meaning of finding probability of tail. This one is one tail story. Exponential is having single tail, only one tail. But if you take Gaussian, I haven't discussed Gaussian. I will discuss Gaussian in detail. So Gaussian is having two tails. So it is plot of Gaussian is coming like this way. So it is having two tail story. So one tail is coming left hand side, this one is left tail, and another tail will come right hand side. So here the story of calculated probability of tail is x probability of tail is x greater than a, and this one is the right tail probability, and left tail probability is what? It is probability that definitely here this value would be negative. So I am giving here sign x is less than minus a. If someone is willing to write for the two tell a story, someone willing to write this one in a combined form, what would be notation of combined form? Who would say what would be notation of this combined form for this tale? Any idea? Any idea? Who would like to give a combined notation for the probability of tale? Vikas, or who would like to give answer? For just right now, don't go to understand Gaussian in detail right now. I will definitely give a lecture over Gaussian distribution, separate one or two lecture I will give you there. Just see the picture here, and from the picture try to just answer that what would be combined notation of these two. The probability of x is less than minus a and probability of x is greater than minus a. It is a two tail story. Here you observe one tail story. One tail distribution. This one is one tail distribution. It is having only one tail. Okay. And here, if you come in Gaussian, it is having two tail. Two tail story. Okay. So what is the combined form? Shirsagar, any idea? These are very simple things. Don't think much more. Just whatever things are given here, just write it in a very simple form. So what it says? It says that x is taking value. Uh, it have taken two scenario. Here in this scenario, you can observe that x is taking value less than minus a. A is the fixed number. And in second scenario, it is saying that x is taking value greater than a. If you jointly willing to write these two, what is meaning of that? It simply says that mod x is greater than a. Mod x is greater than a. It is meaning of that. So in two tail case, probability of tail, you can write it like this way: mod x is greater than a. This is the combined form of probability of tail in case of two tail distribution. In case of single tail distribution, you have to write like this way. So you know that if x is less than minus a, x definitely it would be negative. If you take mod, this quantity would be what? It would be greater than a. It would be greater than a. Oh, yes. Yeah, there is no need to determine here. A would be given. One case A would be given. Okay, there are two scenario here. So you can observe this kind of situation. So here A would be given, then you have to determine A. A would be given, and directly you can calculate it is what? E to the power minus lambda A. Easily you can calculate. Now, your question is that how you can determine A. So if you are willing to determine A, that time you need to know what is the value of this probability of tail. If probability of tail is given, then you can determine A. So here there are two unknown. Either if A is given, you can determine this probability of tail. If A is not given, this probability of tail. Suppose you say that probability of tail is 0.5. If probability of tail is 0.5, then you can determine A. Either probability of tail would be given, then you can determine A. What would be value of A? If A is given, then next question would be what is the probability of tail? So there are two questions. Did you get The meaning of that? Okay. Very nice question. Okay. So I'm going forward. So always remember that why I'm just giving importance to this probability of tail, because in machine learning, if you are trying to study problem, high dimensional problem, then there is a very important kind of measure that we are calling it concentration of measure. And in high dimensional data, those kind of things coming. So those high dimensional data, that concentration of measure, that you can always need to define some kind of probability tail, probability of tail. So if you are very good in quantifying probability of tail, whether distribution is given or not, then definitely you can measure the concentration of measure. So that's why I'm talking about in detail. In high dimensional data or big data, it is working a lot, that probability of tail. Okay, so further I will talk about mean and variance in detail. So mean, generally we are calling it expectation, and variance always we calculate mean of a specific kind of random variable, that means that is x minus expectation of a whole square. So here the expected value or mean of a continuous random variable we can define in terms of integral, because here the function f is continuous in nature. So we try to take integral in place of summation. We are taking integral. So expectation of a continuous random variable is defined as integral from minus infinity to infinity of x into corresponding density function. This x into corresponding density function. This is the definition of expectation of a continuous random variable, provided this integral exists. If this integral exists, then you can say that the continuous random variable is having a finite mean. Sometimes this integral may not exist, so that's why this condition is given here. So it is don't bother about the existence criteria, because in calculus you might have already enough idea how to prove existence of integral. So here why we are talking about existence of integral, because here we can observe that two things. One thing is one is the domain is infinite in nature. The integration domain is minus infinity to infinity. That means this domain happens to be an unbounded domain. So it is unbounded domain. Due to that, problem is coming. So due to that, the corresponding integral we are calling it improper integral. Here domain is unbounded domain. There is another criteria. We had already seen one distribution, probability density function. There, that density function was uh, taking infinity when x tends to infinity. So that's way. So one criteria that the domain would be unbounded, then corresponding integral we will call it improper integral. If domain is unbounded, then corresponding integral we are calling it improper integral. So that's why we are talking about existence of integral. That means if you try to integrate that, that always happens to be a finite number. Another criteria is that the corresponding integrand, if the corresponding density function is a or integrand, if it happens to be a uh, bounded, or suppose this one is unbounded, then the corresponding integral we will further call it improper integral. If it is, suppose the density function happens to be unbounded, if it is unbounded, then that in that case also we can say that the corresponding integral is improper. Also it lead to improper integral. So two situations. One example I had already given here. So 1 by 2 a square root of x. So you can observe that this was is approaching to infinity when x is approaching to 0. So due to that, the corresponding this one is, this PDF is an improper PDF, but we know that integral of this one is we had already seen that integral of this one was what, 1. This PDF was 1 over the, so it was defined over x was taking value between 0 and 1. So domain was already fixed. So if you try to take integral, so I would like to take integral only within 0 and 1. I'm not going for infinity. So integral within 0 1, it was what, 1. We had already seen that. Outside 0 and 1, density was 0. So that's way. So such kind of things we can say that that's why we are talking about provided the integral exists. So despite of being the function is unbounded, the integral exists. And despite our unbounded interval, for exponential case, we had already seen that here interval was unbounded. Despite of being that the corresponding uh, interval was unbounded, but the density function, it was exponential in nature, so easily integral of this one was what? It was equal to 1. Integral exists. Here this integral exists despite of unbounded interval. So we have to, definitely there would be no issue. Mostly what is happening, that integral definitely it will exist. If something is some kind of problem, if some kind of problem is there, that time I definitely I would like to highlight. And also from the nature of the function you will come across to see that if, what kind of situation is coming. So that one is part of calculus. I'm not going in detail improper integral. So further, I would like to say that if x is a continuous random variable with PDF, then any real valued function of x, that we are calling it y of y equal to g of x. Any real valued function of the given continuous random variable would be also a random variable. And the expected rule for that function of random variable we can define in the similar fashion what we had defined for discrete case. That means, but here integral will come, integral of gx times the PDF of the same random variable x, continuous random variable x. So it is again, here it is defined in terms of integral. So if you are having, someone is saying that x is a random variable with of PDF f of x. So jointly I would like to write this way. So then next question would be, what is the PDF of x square? So x square happens to be function of x. So how you can find PDF of x square? So don't do anything. We know that x square is function of x. So easily we can calculate by expected rule formula that PDF of expectation of this one would be, just in place of x we will write it function of x. That one is what? X square function, and into corresponding PDF of x times x square times f of x. Just calculate this integral. You will get PDF of, sorry, expectation of x square. Easily you can get it. If someone is asking to find a PDF of x cube, similarly you can get. If someone is asking to find PDF e to the power x, similarly you can get. Just you have to replace this x square by e to the power x. So that is the criteria. So easily you can, if you know PDF of a given continuous random variable, you can easily find PDF of a other function of that random variable. Easily, with the help of that, also you can find PDF of that, also expectation of that. Right now I'm just discussing about expectation. So just I am calculating expectation. Later I will talk about also. I will ask what is the PDF of y. So that question would come. So for that question you need to devise Jacobian. Jacobian. So next question. Right now just here one way to calculate expectation of function of a random variable. So one way approach is this one. Next I will talk about another approach that's independently. If you are having a given random variable x with distribution probability density function f of x, then what you do, you are defining a new random variable g of x. Then you have to also find the PDF of g of x. So what could be that PDF of g of x? Those things. So next concept, I would like to define variance. What is the variance? Variance is, we are calling it, it is expectation of square of x minus expectation of x. So further it is taking in the integral formula what it says. It is that means you try to integrate from minus infinity to infinity of this integrand. That means x minus e to the power x whole square. It happens to be function of random variable. In the similar fashion, you can say that y equal to this one, x minus square of x minus e to the power x. So that's why through expected rule it is coming. And I had also given one interesting equality of this identity of this variance. It was, so if you try to uh, expand this one, then the expansion it will take like this form. So variance it is equal to a difference of expectation of x square minus a square of expectation of x. So this formula for derivation of continuous random variable I had already given. This one is also valid for continuous random variable as well. So for discrete case I had already given this equality is also valid for continuous case as well. So here what is very what is uh, application of this one is that it is very easy to calculate expectation of x. It is also very easy to calculate expectation of x square. So expectation of x square. So this we are calling it second moment. Expectation of x is the first moment because here x to the power 1 is coming. Expectation of x square is the second moment. Why? Because x to the power 2 is coming. If you are similarly, if you are going to calculate expectation of x to the power 3, that would be third moment. So likewise, so it is very easy to calculate expectation of x square, expectation of x. So take those two value and put it here, you will get variance of x. So that approach looks very easy. I will take one or two example because we are having the very less time, just 5 minute time, I think. So we will try to calculate expectation and variance of a uniform random variable. So first question would be here. I have taken continuous uniform random variable, not discrete. So first question would be, what is the PDF of that continuous uniform random variable? So PDF we know that first we need. I had already in last class I had discussed that if you are defining a uniform random variable in the interval AB, then PDF would be it would take value, constant value in the interval AB. That constant value would be 1 by B minus A when X is taking value between A and B, when X is between A and B. Otherwise, the PDF is taking zero value. So outside interval AB, it is taking zero otherwise. So if you are willing to see the plot of this PDF of continuous uniform random variable, then plot is coming something like this, like this. So suppose A is here, B is here, okay, and between A and B, it is taking a non-zero value. That one is what? Or non-zero constant value. That one is 1 by B minus A, and outside A and B, outside interval A and B, this one is PDF is 0. Outside A and B, you can observe that 0. So this is the plot of PDF of uniform continuous random variable. F of x versus. Okay, so we are going to calculate what is the expectation. So expectation is defined by this integral x times corresponding PDF, and x is coming and corresponding PDF is a constant PDF. That one is 1 by b minus a, and outside this interval AB, f of x is 0. So we don't have to bother about outside the interval AB. We have to just integrate within the integral interval AB. So what is the in, uh, integral of this function in the interval AB? It is just a plus b by 2 average. So in short, if you try to observe that x is taking value between AB only. Outside AB, it is having density 0. So outside things are meaningful. So someone is asking what is the mean? There would be mean of this interval. Mean would be definitely it would be midpoint. Midpoint would be mean. So geometrically you can visualize that this is the mean or expectation of the value of random variable when you are taking all the value of the interval in uniform fashion, all are equally likely fashion, then mean value would be this middle point would be mean. So that is the geometrical visualization. Similarly, we need to calculate what is the variance. So variance, in order to calculate variance, that you need to integrate x square into f of x in the interval minus infinity to infinity, and we know that the density function is taking non-zero value in the interval ab only. So that's why if you just integrate this one in the interval ab, then this integral is coming here. It is 1 by 3 yes, 1 by, it would be okay. No, this one is not variance. It is second moment. So we are going to calculate second moment. So we are going to calculate expectation of x square. This one is the second moment. So second moment is coming 1 by 3. It is very simple integral. That means you are going to, so this you can simply, it will take form of this one, that you are going to integrate x square. 1 by a b minus a, 1 by b minus a is a constant. You can take it out from the integral 1 by b minus a, and within integral we will have our integrand it is what? It is x square. So we are just integrating x square in the interval ab, and if you simplify this integral, it will take this form: 1 by 3 a square plus ab plus b square. That means it would take form of x cube. So it would be b cube minus x cube. Apply the formula of b cube minus x cube is what? B minus a into a b square plus ab plus b square. So that's when b minus a it will cancel out, and we will have just remaining thing, this one. Okay. Similarly, using these two, expectation of x and expectation of x square. That means this one is the first moment, this one is the second moment, and I have already derived this equation for discrete random variable. It is also, I told that it is also valid for continuous case as well. So it is very easy to calculate expectation of x square, also expectation of x. Put all these value here, and after simplification, you will come to know that variance is what? Uh, a minus b whole square by 12. So variability is going up to here. So this one is talking about variability, variability around mean point. So that is the parameter. So these two parameters are associated with uniform random variable. This is the mean, and this is the variance. This is the variance for a continuous uniform random variable defined over the interval AB. Okay. Regarding one more example here, mean and variance of exponential random variable. Just this one is the last part of this lecture. So here exponential random variable is having PDF. What PDF is? Lambda e to the power lambda times e to the power minus lambda x when x is taking value greater than or equal to 0. Otherwise, it is taking 0. So PDF is 0 out in the for negative value of x. Negative value of x, for non-negative value of x, it is taking this exponential form. Okay, so we have to find expectation. So to find expectation, we have to find this integral, because minus from minus infinity to 0, the PDF is 0, so meaningless to talk about. So we have to just integrate from 0 to infinity. So if you integrate from 0 to infinity, so what you have to apply here? You have to apply here integration by parts. Integration by parts. That means this formula, apply this formula. If you are having product of two function, in such a way, suppose v in place of v you are having v dash. That means very simple kind of function. It is just coming from product rule of derivative, and you are willing to integrate. So this integral would be u into v dash dx. It would be what? U into v. That means here what you did, you call it v dash second function. So here u is first function time integral of second function plus first function, find the derivative of first function and integrate the second function, and further whatever resultant you are getting, further integrate. This rule we are calling it integration by parts. This one is directly coming integration by parts. So apply this formula. From here you will come to know that expectation of this exponential random variable is 1 by lambda. Similarly, if you try to calculate the second moment, that means expectation of x square. That means you are going to integrate from 0 to infinity x square of x square into the corresponding density function lambda into e to the power minus lambda. If you try to integrate it, the integral will be 2 by lambda square. And just substitute all these value here in the definition of variance. You will get that variance of the exponential random variable is 1 by lambda square. So usually you can see that expectation is also defined in term of lambda, variance is also defined in term of lambda. So that one is 1 by lambda square. So that's why I had mentioned that lambda is a parameter, because mean and variance both are parameter or both are defined in term of lambda. So that's why lambda single-handedly you can say that it is a parameter of exponential random variable. Okay, regarding attendance, just put your roll number there in comment box, and in